What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja. I'm here with Will Leahey, who has your hair, Will. It's even more out of control than usual.
Ninja, I thought I was actually having a decent hair day, but you're right, it is pretty out of control. But you know who's in control? That's Ryan Helsley. And we figured we'd give him a little shine today because he's one of the best closers in the game. The only one who was outright better than him at this point is Clase, but Helsley's gone a little bit under the radar, and he made the Guardians batters look like absolute clowns yesterday because although he can reach back and throw 103, he struck out the side with off-speed stuff. Ninja, what do you like so much about Helsley, and why has he gone so under the radar?
Yeah, I mean, I actually not exactly sure why he's gone under the radar. Maybe because, I don't know, St. Louis, kind of a boring team, but he has saved 46 games out of their 78 wins. You know, he's not Emmanuel Clase. His ERA is 2.12, so Clase's is below 0.7. Clase is in a Class A of his own, but Helsley certainly is in the next tier. I think it's like he's just now kind of coming to his own as getting all the save opportunities for the Cardinals. Before he would share them or pitch, you know, in just high leverage situations. I think knowing when he's going to pitch has helped him go to the next level. He's always had this stuff, though. Maybe it's also he flies under the radar because he's a north-south attacker. Like you watch his pitches, they get huge sweep on him. There's no huge break, huge movement. It's mostly up and down. I mean, in fact, some of his sliders look like they move the wrong way because they're almost pure gyro spin, meaning like a football. So they're going to go straight and go down versus having big break to him. That could be, but his stuff's spectacular. He's got over a 50% whiff rate on his slider this year, a 44% whiff rate on his curveball. Hitters only slug 193 off his slider. And he has a seventh hardest fastball in Major League Baseball, right behind Emmanuel Clase and ahead of Michael Kopech on average. So, I mean, dude is a stud. Tip of the cap. Round of applause, Ryan Helsley. He was absolutely filthy yesterday. K'ing the side with his sliders and curveballs. And here's an overlay of his fastball and slider. And you can see what I mean. These two pitches move kind of in the same plane. And that slider dips beneath the fastball, leading to a swinging K. Now to the rest of my whip around the league. Rhett Lauder had 4 Ks and 5 scoreless innings. Don't look now, but his ERA, 1.40. So Reds sunk the Pirates 7-1. He had these fastballs and slider. He faced Jared Jones, who had 5 Ks and 5 innings, gave up 6 runs. He had these heaters up to 99 miles an hour, and these sliders, including this Expelliarmus slider. The Nats beat the Cubs 5-1. MacKenzie Gore had 9 Ks and 7 innings, giving up only 1 run on 1 hit, which was a home run, so basically he threw a no-hitter. He had these elevated fastballs, this slider off the plate that got Belly to toss his bat way in the air, very smooth toss that I thought was going to hit the umpire square in the head. That surely would have got him ejected, I would think. He also had these curveballs, including this one that got stuck in his catcher's mask. You don't see that every day. He faced Kyle Hendricks, who had 2 Ks and 5 1/3 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this paintish 2-seamer and this curveball. The Tigers clawed past the Orioles 6-4. Reese Olson had 3 Ks and 3 innings, giving up 1 run. He had these changeups and slider. He faced Cade Povich, who had 7 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, had these sweepers and curveball. The Braves chopped the Marlins 6-2. Max Fried had 6 Ks and 6 innings, giving up 1 earned run. He had these changeups and beautiful curveballs, including this one where he got a 3-pitch K, all on curveballs. And he faced Adam Oller. Oller had 7 Ks and 5 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. Had these slurves, which are kind of nasty, and picked up a sword. And the Braves at least stay in striking distance of the Mets. They're kind of going to need a sweep at some point here. Speaking of those Mets, the Mets topped the Phillies 6-3. Had 6 Ks and 7 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this 2-seamer, sweeper, and changeup. He faced Ranger Danger, Ranger Suarez, who had 4 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 2 runs, his painted fastball and curveball. The Rays stung the Blue Jays 3-2. Taj Bradley had 4 Ks and 5 innings, giving up 1 run. He had these fastballs, including this painted fastball, these cutters, and curveball. He faced Yariel Rodriguez, who had 3 Ks and 4 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had these sliders. The Giants blanked the Royals 9-0. Landon Roop had 3 Ks and 5 scoreless innings. His ERA is down to 2.70. And yes, Will, the Roop, the Roop, the Roop is on fire. We don't need no water. Let the mother burn. He had this changeup and freeze curveball. He faced Brady Singer, who had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 6 runs. Had this paintish Brady sinker and these sliders. The Mariners sailed past the Rangers 8-4. Emerson Hancock had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. Had his changeup and sliders. He faced Dane Dunning, aka the Green Snake, who had 5 Ks in 3 2/3 innings, giving up 2 runs. Had this painted cutter, knuckle curve, and slider. Martin Perez had 6 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run on 2 hits as the Padres beat the White Sox. That was loss number 119 for the White Sox. The next one is the big one, the big 120. Martin Perez had this inside two-seamer and these nasty changeups. He faced Chris the Snake Flexen, who had 3 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this fastball and cutter. Miles Michaelis had 4 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run as the Cards flew past the guards. I'm a poet, Will. Didn't even know it. 6-5. He had his backdoor two-seamer, this chalk sinker, and curveball. He faced Matthew Boyd, who had 6 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, had this sword on a fastball, and had these sliders. The Yankees shut out the A's 10-0. Carlos Rodon had 4 Ks in 6 scoreless innings. These wicked sliders, including this wipeout slider, and also picked up a sword on his slider. He faced J.P. Sears, who had 6 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 6 runs, and his inside two-seamer to Judge, this nasty changeup and slider.
Judge also shellacked one into the mausoleum known as the Coliseum. His 54th of the season, just the 29th guy in history to get there. Take about half of those out if you're excluding the roided out freaks. And so every dong that Judge smashes from here on out is historic. Doesn't look like he's going to catch his 62, but if anybody could do it, it'd be Aaron Judge.
The Rockies towered above the lowly Dodgers. I mean, the Rockies are just a far better team. 6-3. Cal Quantrill had 5 Ks in 4 2/3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He hit his backdoor two-seamer. And this sinker, the Shohei, that made him somehow jump back. Like, I don't understand this. Shohei, take some acting lessons if you're going to sell this pitch as being either low or inside, because this is a strike, dude. Quantrill also had this curveball. Face Walker Buehler, who had 9 Ks in 5 1/3 innings. Sounds like a good outing, but he gave up 4 runs. And his cutters, changeup, knuckle curves, and wicked sweeper. Actually, his stuff looked pretty solid. Although then again, the Rockies strike out an awful lot.
And Shohei stole his 53rd bag of the season. He's just tacking them on here. But the impressive part is, Ninja, that's 29 straight bags for Shohei without getting thrown out. He's not just getting cheapies or trying to run up these numbers. He just is constantly stealing because nobody can throw him out. Another thing I want to point out is he's batting 299. I'd love to see him end the season over 300.
The Astros flew past the Angels 10-4. Good buddy.
Ninja, you got Cougar 10-4 over and out.
Ronel Blanco went 6 innings with 9 Ks.
Nice.
Give it up 2 runs. He had these curveballs, changeups, and sliders. He faced Reed Detmers, who had 3 Ks in 2 innings, gave up 7 runs, hit these changeups, sliders, and curveballs, but just hasn't been very good. I don't know what it's been. Remember when he started out this season really good, Will?
Yeah.
Now his ERA now is 6.67.
Jesus. I knew he had some bad games. I didn't know it was that.
No, I think it's got to be something mental because his stuff is still good. I think it's after a while, pitchers can get down on themselves and lose that confidence they go in there with. I think that's it. The D-backs blanked the Brewers 5-0. Merrill Kelly had 6 Ks in 5 scoreless innings, giving up 2 hits. He had this sinker at the knees, these changeups and cutters. He faced Aaron Savali, who had 2 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, had this cutter and knee-buckling curveball. Now onto my filthiest relievers. Bo Brisky, Will's favorite pitcher, had this nasty changeup. He's now appeared in 35 of the Brewers' last 33 games.
To Bill Brasky!
Cue the trumpets. Edwin Diaz had this fastball and slider. Seth Halverson had this 100-mile-an-hour heater to get his first career save. Tim Herron had these curveballs. Joe Jimenez had these sliders and picked up a sword. Mark Leiter Jr. had these dirty splitters. Joe Mantiply had these curveballs and changeups. I always picture Mantiply as like multiversing, multiplying out there, or like biblical, like be fruitful and multiply. And Tanner Scott had these sliders and picked up a sword. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday. At number 5, I have Ronel Blanco and his curveballs and changeups. Number 4, Max Fried and his beautiful curveballs. At number 3, Carlos Rodon and his wipeout slider. At number 2, MacKenzie Gore and all his stuff. And at number 1, Ryan Helsley. We're giving you props for just annihilating the side with your off-speed stuff. And now, my pitching ninja moment of Zen. It's Colton Cowser with one of the most wholesome baseball moments you'll ever see.
And Colton sees a baby. Make sure the kid stays asleep.
My picks of the day today, I'm going to take Paul Skeens for 7 Ks or more, then take Seth Lugo for 5 Ks or more, and top it off with Luis Heel for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?